everybody, it's Deb here with Country Craft Creations and Creative Life, and today we're going to be making a card. So we're going to be using the new Craftology Box featuring Simple Stories BLISS paper collection. So our card measurement is going to be 5 by 7. And we're going to be doing a little card design, and then I'm also going to be doing a little shaker on top of that. Now, I've cut out some of the items already just to save time, but I did use some of my Spellbinder dies for this. We're also going to be adding in probably a couple of these little butterflies, and then if you had your Craftology box from a few months ago, you probably still have some of these little lilac lane sequins that we had, and they're LL612 So Shiny, and they're not, I don't think they're sold in the shop, but if you have any type of sequins, you can use those, okay? And then I think we might be going and adding in some of the seedlings as well, and I have Mauve here from Blue Fern, and you can find these over at Country Craft Creations, okay? And again, like I said, we're using our April Craftology box for our 5 by 7 craft card. So the papers that I picked out, I'll be using some of this pretty black, and then I'll be using actually I'm going to be using this one cut apart card here, and we are actually going to cut this into an oval. So I'm going to cut this out now, and then we'll get started on the remaining papers that I'm going to use. And I'm still haven't decided. I know I want to use this background for my mat, for one of the mats, and then I might use this, or I might just use the other side of this for another part of that mat. So, but if you want, you can go ahead and get this cut out, so we can go ahead and we can make our shaker part right now. So we're going to go ahead and do the shaker part now, because that's going to be kind of like, it's not going to be, we're going to lay it down on top of the card, so it won't be attached. It'll be attached to the card after we're done making the card. So, okay, so then this part here, I went ahead and cut an oval out already. Again, I just used my Spellbinder dies, and I used this big one here to make this oval, and so that's what we're going to use for here. And then I'm just going to go ahead, I just used the white cardstock that I had in my stash, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this out and glue this on top of here. But I do want to catch some of these butterflies on here, so I'll probably do it like this, so I can catch these two butterflies right here, because I won't be able to catch them all. But these two butterflies right here is what I'm aiming for, and I'm just going to go ahead and tape those down. Tape it down just like that. Put that to the side, and then I also used my scallop die, and that's what I cut out here, and I'll show that to you in just a second. So we're going to go ahead and cut this out first. Just bring this over, just like that. Okay. Okay, so that is going to go on top of there, just like that. And then how I did these, I went, oh, and then you'll need a piece of acetate, okay, and you can grab this from also from a Country Craft Creations store, because you'll need that for your sequins, so it's your window. Okay, so how I made this part here is because I needed some lift. I didn't want to use a whole lot of tape on these, but I wanted enough lift on my shaker. So I cut out, so far I have 6 of these, so if you count this one, it's this one, 2, and I just grabbed some purple card scraps that I had in my stash, and I used those to cut out my ovals here with the scallops. So I did, let's see, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. Okay, so I have 6 of these, and I'll show you real quick how I did these. Okay, and we're going to glue all of those together. Okay, and then we're going to glue our window to this one here, lay this one on top like that. Okay, and that's going to give us enough, and if you can see that once you squeeze it together, that's going to give us enough lift here. And then when we put on our tape, so we'll put our tape on right here a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead, and that should give us enough lift for all of our sequins and everything to move around a little bit more. So instead of doubling up on your tape. So that's another way you can do it. Okay, so how I did this was I just took, and I went ahead to make it faster. I just doubled up my paper, and I just laid my scallop down like this. Okay, let me bring this over. Okay, I laid my scallop down, and then I laid the circle inside. Okay, and I just kind of measured it, just like this, how far I wanted it. Wanted it even, pretty much even in the center of this scallop. Okay, just like that. Let me scoot it down a little bit. There we go. And I'm just scooting it over in a little bit. There we go. And then again, I just took my washi tape, stuck it on my dies, just like that. Okay, and then ran it through. Okay, and then I'm running it back through again. And then that will give you 2 cutouts at one time, so that way you don't have to consistently cut them out. And then the little circles you can save for something else later. But that gives you 1, and then my other one is over here, just like that. And then they're ready to go. So you can just lay them up on top of each other. And like I said, I did a few at a time, so that way I had enough of what I needed. The other neat thing about it is if you use your card, let's say you did it like this, okay, you can always use this for photos. You can make this into a frame. You can use this in your mini albums. So it's just your negative that you have ready to go for a card or something else. You can run it through with an embossing folder and emboss this, so it's ready to go for your next card. Okay, so that's another thought. so just wanted to share that with you guys, so you don't have to worry about throwing away all your scraps and such. So okay, so we've got this. So now we're just going to go ahead, and you will need some foam tape. Okay, and I've got some foam tape here. And usually what I do is I go ahead and I cut it down. Okay, and I'll cut it to thin strips. Okay, or I try to cut it to thin strip, so that way I'm ready to go. So I just put them off to the side. So again, just thin strips. then now what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and grab my acetate, and I'm going to stick it on the back of my printed paper. So I went ahead and used this black paper that's in your kit, okay, and I just cut that out like I showed you guys earlier. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put my glue around here, just like that. Pick up my acetate and lay that down, just like that. Okay. And if you need your little wipey, grab your little wipey. I just have a little piece of one right here. Okay, and hopefully I won't get it too messy. So I see a spot. Okay, so there's our acetate and then our backing. And then these, I just went ahead and I lined mine up. So I knew that they all are even with my, all the scallops are even. So what I'm going to do to make it easy is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to hold it with one hand like this, fold them down, put glue on one end like this, okay, go ahead and put it together just like that. You can do them each singly if you wanted to do that, but I thought it might be better if I did it this way for myself. That way I know that they're all together, all going the same way. And then you're just going to do all of them the same. Okay. Just like so. Okay. And then that way all you have to do is just glue the next pieces. And right now I'm just kind of turning them in a circle and I'm burnishing them down. Make sure they're all stuck together, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the one that we stuck our acetate on, and I am going to make sure it matches up with the rest of them. And if it doesn't, then I can turn it around this way. That matches perfectly. So then I'm going to glue that down. Okay. Just like that. And again, I'm just going to match up my scallop edges. Just like that. And I see I have a little bit of glue right here on the edge, so I'm going to grab my wipey, kind of go around the edges here. Okay, just like that. Okay, so there you go. So there is part of our window. And so next we just have to add a little bit of the tape to it. Trying to see if we even need the tape, because my whole point was not to use tape on this if we didn't have to. So I want to see if it will hold. So I'm going to stick a little bit of these in here. There we go. Okay, so I'm just going to grab a little bit of those, put that on top of there, and I'm just going to shake. And you know what? We don't really need, I don't think we need, it shakes pretty good. So I think the 6 that we did were great. So you don't need your foam tape on this. So I think what I might do though is I do still have some glue right there. That's not, I don't want all my sequins to catch on that. So I'm just going to kind of see if I can grab that glue. There we go. Okay. So you don't really need your tape or anything. Your foam tape. So if you wanted to, you could still use it. I'm not going to use mine because I think we are good to go. So I'm just going to add a little bit more sequins in here. So I'm going to shake this up again. Put some in the center. Let's see if those will work. I don't know if those will work because it's not. See how it has those little beads in there? The little beads we'll probably need to take out. Okay. We're going to go ahead and do the card now. So I'm going to move these out of the way. Okay. And I might use these for something else later. We've got some flowers that we can do and all of that. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to need our card. Okay. And then we're going to need some pieces of paper. So for the back part of this, I was going to use this black, but I think I'll use this part. Okay, our card is 5 by 7, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this out at 4 7/8, okay, by 6 7/8. So you'll need your cutter here. So I need, I'm trying to save those flowers because I want to use them for another project. So 6 7/8 right here, okay, by 4 7/8. Okay, so we've got that, and that'll sit just like that. Okay, and then you're going to need to cut another sheet of paper, and that paper is going to be this paper here. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and cut this down at so another couple of inches. So this actually, I'm going to use this. So this one will need to be let's see here, hold on one second. It'll be 4 and, let's do 4 in order. Let's do 4 and 5/8. So let's do 4 and 5/8 by 6 and 5/8. Okay. So that's going to be there, just like that. And so that gives it a little bigger border. And I think that looks nice. Okay. And then you're going to go ahead and cut another sheet. And I'm just using, sorry guys, I'm making a bunch of noise. I'm looking at my directions. So I'm just using this piece right here, and I'm going to go right across the card like this. So on this part here, I'm going to go ahead and cut, because I want a border on this, I'm going to go ahead and cut right against this line here. So I think I'm going to make that at 2 inches. So we're going to make this at 2 inches. Or let's, yeah, 2 inches. Okay. And, I'm sorry, 4 and 7/8, sorry. 4 and 7/8. Okay, so just like that. And then this one will be, we are going to do that one at 4 3/4. So that one will be 4 3/4. So the border, it'll border it just like that. Okay. And that's going to fit over there like that. And then after that, what we're going to do is we will put everything together. And this is going to sit right on top of there, just like that. And you'll need 2 little cards. So I decided for my little cards, I am going to use, I like this flower one, and I like the butterfly one, but I like this one too. Now these are going to sit behind here, so you won't see that flower. So whatever we do use, it needs to be, you know what? Let's go ahead and use, let's use the bird. So, just like that. So we're going to use this little bird for one of our cards, and then for the other card, I think we'll use, one of these. So we'll just cut out one of these and use this as part of that card. So that needs to be as big as one of the cut apart cards. So the cut apart cards are 3 by 4. So let's, well, this one's 3. It's a little bit under 4, but it's there. I think they're 3 by 4. I cut it a little shorter. So we'll get it at 3 by 4. So we need it at 4 by 3. See, I don't want all of that gone, just a little bit. Just like that. And then we'll set it like this. So that's how that'll sit on the card. Okay. So now we just put everything together. Now if you want to ink your edges, you're more than welcome to do that. So I am going to ink my edges real quick. Okay, and then this is going to go here just like that. And I'm only doing half of this border, okay? And the reason why is because I'm going to tuck the cards down in there, okay? I'm just moving that over just a little bit, just like that. So the cards are going to be tucked in there. Whoops. Cards are going to be tucked down in there. Just like that. Okay. And I think I am going to cut this down just a bit more, and this one too. So we are going to cut it down just a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and cut them both down at the same time. That way they're about the same size. Let's see if that's good. Yep, just like that. And then we're going to stick this right here, just like that. And then we will go ahead and put on a sentiment as well. So, and some little flowers. So, okay, so then these need to be tucked down. And I'm just going to lift them up, and I'm just going to go ahead and put glue on the back of this one. Just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and do the edges of this one. The other one is behind this one, so I didn't do the edges on it because it's not really going to be seen. So just like that. And then our little shaker card right here is going to go right here. Our little shaker is going to be right there, just like that. So you can go ahead and put glue on that. And it's just going to go right in the middle. Just like that. Okay. And then you can go ahead and glue down these little areas here. You don't need a whole lot of glue, so just to kind of tack them down a little bit. Okay, just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and use a couple of, actually I wanted to use the stickers. I thought And then on the inside, you can go ahead and you can place the other pieces that we had cut out, you know, your scraps. You could go ahead and place those on the inside if you wanted to, you know, just like this. So, and then you can go ahead and stamp your happy birthday on the inside. So, you know, it's pretty much up to you how you want to decorate the inside of your card. You know, if this is for Mother's Day or birthday, or just, you know, just a nice card just to say hi or something. So there you go. So I hope you guys enjoyed that tutorial. Hope you guys use this idea to create your shaker cards. You know, it's a little bit more die cutting than usual, but I like the effect that you get because you don't have to worry about putting your tape around your windows and everything. And so and I just feel like you get you know, your shaker card really is a shaker card, so I don't know. So I really like this effect. So I hope you use it. If you do and you are a subscriber, let me know. And if you want to join us over at Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creation, that is our Facebook page, and we would love to have you join us. Thank you so much, y'all. Have a great day. Bye.